Football's worst kept secret has arrived. Julen Lopetegui is West Ham's new men's first team head coach. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham West Ham News, West Ham Network, whatever it is. But we have the breaking news. We have the official news. It's in. It's ready. It's there. We know what is happening. Julen Lopetegui is West Ham's new official coach. I'm going to be bringing you as much pictures as I possibly can from the man himself signing the deal. And of course, he's doing it with one man, and one man we can fully expect to be front line and centre of all of West Ham's business. And you'll see the smile. I'm looking through it now. It's honestly, the pictures are amazing. Let me just bring them to you as we're going live. But as I said, the breaking news is Julen Lopetegui is West Ham's new head coach, all being announced officially by the club. The worst kept secret in West Ham football history, you could say. But it's an exciting time. It's an exciting new era. The new era officially starts now. And yeah, wow, I'm excited. I'm a bit buzzing. And it's a good welcome addition to with the West Ham situation as of late. Now, let me just upload the pictures. Like I said, this is a live show. So I'll get these pictures uploaded so you can see the man himself with signing the dotted line and with his good old buzzy technical director and now, you know, at the wheel, Tim Steiden as well. So there you go. Let's bring this up for you. Look at that. There he is there, signing on the dotted line. Now, West Ham have announced the signing of the club's new head coach. He is, of course, the former Spain, Porto, Real Madrid, Sevilla, and, of course, coached Wolverhampton Wanderers a few seasons ago, but, of course, left because he wasn't happy with the situation that happened. Now, he is going to begin work with West Ham on the 1st of July, but don't put that and don't let that be any form of doubt that he will be doing work now behind the scenes. Lopetegui has put together an impressive coaching CV over the past 2 decades. He led Sevilla to Europa League glory and Spain's under-21s and under-19s to the European Championship success. And the appointment of him as the head coach is an exciting new prospect that marks the next step in West Ham's new football strategy. But take a look at this picture. Look at Tim Steiden's face. Honestly, I've never seen him smile like that. I know he was happy, but my words. So the first quotes coming out of the club from Julen Lopetegui is, "My ambition as a coach is always to be better and better, to achieve more and bigger aims, and to encourage and improve the players, the team, and to compete, because football is about this, to compete." I love it. Now, he said, after speaking to the West Ham TV, that he's looking forward to starting work with the players upon their return to preseason training in July. He said, "I feel very happy, first of all, to be able to be part of this future of this club." He also says that he'll try to put our stamp on the club. He says he feels like he's got a fantastic platform. I think the last few years have been very good years to have this base, of course, but my ambition as a coach is always to be better and better, to achieve more and bigger aims, and to encourage and improve the players, the team, and to compete, because football is about to compete. We're about ambitious, this as well. He said, I am where I want to be. I'm here because I want to be here. And for us, it was a fantastic day when we closed our agreement here, because of our commitment is 100%. I love it. We had other opportunities, but I'm very happy that West Ham chose me, because I chose West Ham too. So we're really happy about this. And this is key. This is genuinely key. He genuinely had other offers on the table, but he had already made his decision that he was coming to West Ham. And you do think that that is a very good starting point. He said, "We came here with the idea and we thought to make a big noise. That's why we came here, and we're excited by this challenge. Of course, we're going to do our best to help the club and team to achieve the best level and achieve our aims. I assure the fans that they're going to be key in all of our achievements. Now, let's get on to the man at the wheel, Tim Steiden. He said, we're very pleased to welcome Julen and the staff to our club. He was a standout candidate to become our head coach, and I personally am delighted that we have chosen work together. His career shows that wherever he has coached, he's improved players and teams, and we're looking forward to seeing him work with our squad. He says Julen lives and breathes football. He thinks deeply about the game. He is tactically astute, and he's shown he can adapt to work in different leagues, in different countries, with national teams, and in each situation, he has shown his outstanding qualities. Julen is highly experienced in the way he now works with West Ham United, and I'm looking forward to working with him to grow a successful future for the club. Wow. Mind-boggling situation, because we've seen so many changes over the last couple of days. It's just all coming at us, isn't it? Now, the joint chair, David Sullivan, our good old friend, who says he'd like to welcome Julen to the club and wish him every success in his new role. We believe his appointment will ensure a strong opportunity to build on the positive progress made in recent seasons, helping the club to move forward and in the direction that aligns with our ambitions. We've been working hard behind the scenes to continue shaping the right strategy for West Ham's future, and we're looking forward to bringing Julen's coaching ability, experience, personality to the club. I have to say that I feel like this potential partnership and agreement between Julen Lopetegui, Tim Steiden, Mark Noble will hopefully work wonders for West Ham behind the scenes. We have to be patient, and we have to give the new head coach opportunity to bed himself in. Now, he will be joined, as I announced yesterday, and to be honest with you, it was quite obvious who was going to come in. We spoke about it yesterday. Lopetegui is going to be joined by Pablo Sanz as the assistant head coach, Oscar Quero as the head of performance and assistant coach, Juan Vicente Bienado, who's going to be the head of analysis and assistant coach, and Borja del Alba is the fitness coach, Edu Rubio is the technical coach, and Xavi Valero will continue in his role as the men's first team goalkeeper coach. Lopetegui will meet the squad for the first time when the players return from pre-season training at Russ Green in July. He'll then take West Ham to Florida, where he'll take on his former club, Wolves and Crystal Palace. So, what do you think on that? There you go. The worst kept secret in football. Julen Lopetegui signs for West Ham as the new head coach. And look at Timmy Boy. Look at Timmy Boy. Let's take a little zoom. I can't zoom in. I wish I could zoom in. Look at Timmy Boy. He's on the phone. He's probably got a deal for a player there. Join me later on for the Hammers headlines as we start to hone in some new signings for the club. But you just got to take one little cheeky look at Tim Steiden's smile. Look at his smile. People, look at his smile. He's beaming. He is beaming. Right, let me jump into the comments, see what everyone is saying. Are you excited? So put it in the chat. Let me know how you feel about this appointment. Anthony Taylor says, morning, Anton. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Stefan says, let's go, Tim. Bring in the new squad. It's happening. It is happening. Let's go from Navadiyas Wilburn. Good to see you. Disaster continues. Thanks a lot, Sullivan. Oh, come on. Let's be a little bit more positive. The one thing we have to do is, if you are feeling quite crap about what's happened over the last couple of seasons, then you also need to reset. If you are disappointed that Moyes is gone and whatever, you need to reset, and everyone needs to get behind this new regime. This is the way forward that West Ham are doing. We've got a technical director, we've got a sporting director, Tim Steiden, Mark Noble, and the head coach who's going to be managing the team, and his name is Julen Lopetegui, who's going to take in us forward. Terrible photo of Bowen in the background. I didn't see that one. We are cooking, buzzing about this appointment from Stephen Gold. Can't wait to see what he can bring. Lopetegui, the flop. Interesting. Flopped at Real Madrid, Wolves, and ditched Spain national team. Only good at Sevilla. Good luck, Liam. For your reference, he was I felt really sorry for him regarding the Spanish national team deal, because he had agreed a deal with Real Madrid. Real Madrid had said a gentleman's agreement that they wouldn't announce it before the tournament. They announced it before the tournament. He had no other option to agree that he would leave that role. He has been reputable in his experience at Sevilla. We have to take that on board. Good at Porto, good in his under 19s and under 21s in Spain. But what we do have to do is maybe just move everything from the past to a side and just focus on the now. And the now is West Ham are moving into a new era, and the new era is led by Tim Steidten at the wheel. And if you have faith in what Tim's going to do, then trust me, there isn't going to be this transfer committee that West Ham have been going on about for such a long time. That has been moved to the side, and it's going to be full control. Tim is in charge, and I love it. It's things we all love to see. Just my opinion, to be honest, and I understand that. But let's not call him a flop yet. Xavi survives yet again. Honestly, the guys. Do you know what I love about him in particular? Right. Obviously, you know Freddie, my son, 8-year-old, loves West Ham to bits. And every time we go to a game, Freddie says, Dad, that man keeps waving at me. He must be one of the most humble, genuine, nice guys I have physically ever met that work behind the scenes at West Ham. And to be fair, most of the guys that are outgoing at West Ham were all lovely, genuinely lovely. Even David Moyes was great with the family and the friends. Kevin Nolan, who I was disappointed about leaving, friendly family, lovely guy. But Xavi, special guy. But Freddie particularly picks up on him because he constantly waves at me when we go to games. So I love it. Go to whoever you support. AC Milan fans didn't want to speak volumes. Well, no. Do you know what? There's an element of the ultras that take control, and that's not necessarily the right thing either. Welcome, JLo. Please bring us attacking football. Look how that's got AC Milan over the last couple of years as well, because Milan fans want big name. They blocked the move because they felt it was big enough for them, not because he isn't good enough as a coach. They've already forced the hand on Fonseca. They don't want him. They don't want anyone. I think apparently they want Conte. It's simple. They just simply want Conte. He didn't flop at Wolves. He kept them up and wasn't backed by the boards. I like what Tim is trying to do. At least it's just my worries. But we just have the faith. You can understand you've got the worries, but put your faith into the regime and let's see what we can actually do moving forward, because Liam Antonio Conte was on the cards for them. It's a romantic appointment for them. Absolutely. Hopefully we will see Lopetegui give the youth a go. I think there's going to be caveats in there. I think there's going to be some element of pathway. I think he will introduce younger players. It doesn't necessarily mean that they'll play week in and week out, but that is what the plan is to be. There's going to have to be some element of pathway and give players more of a chance. Now, what we probably will expect from Julen Lopetegui that's going to be different to David Moyes, because David Moyes did give players a chance. He just gave them chances, maybe not as many minutes and maybe too late into the season. I think there'll be a breaded in period for these players a lot earlier, giving them more opportunities a lot earlier, playing games a lot more earlier, having more minutes throughout a season. And West Ham will see a difference in terms of utilising our squad, something we've not seen for obviously 4 years. But we close one chapter, and what an exciting chapter that was. And let's hope that this new chapter can go on to breathe success and to entertain us along that way. Well, he's here now, so let's see what happens next. Yep, they really want big name. It's their opinion. Don't knock the guy. He's only just walked in the door. We need to get behind him. 1 million gazillion %, mate. 1 million gazillion %. It is about support and being there. And giving the guy the backing that he absolutely needs. Just seeing the interview, he loves the word stamp and aims, doesn't he? He absolutely does. JLo is no flop. He different class to Moyes, Allardyce, and Grant Road, or worst managers of all time. Very good appointment. Great news. Morning, people. We welcome our new overlord with open arms right now. So the club have actually announced the 8 things you need to know about Julen Lopetegui. So let me read some of them to you. He was a goalkeeper as a player. There you go. I didn't actually know that. So Lopetegui's playing career was spent between the sticks in his home country in Spain. He represented both of his countries' clubs, Real Madrid and Barcelona during that time, winning the Liga title with the former and the 2 Supercopas de España with the latter. Most of his playing time came away from the Camp Nou and the Santiago Bernabeu. However, during productive spells with Logroñés and Rayo Vallecano, he played an instrumental role in the Logroñés retaining their top flight status in the early 1990s before helping Vallecano win promotion to the top flight in the latter stages of his career. He cut his managerial teeth with Vallecano, so having earned a promotion with Rayo Vallecano in a playoff victory over Extremadura, he subsequently played second fiddle to future Spurs and Fulham goalkeeper Casey Keller. He then moved into management with the Madrid-based side 2003. His first venture as a head coach was only to last 11 games, but set him on the road to glory on the international and domestic scenes. Now, he was a double European champion with Spain's development teams. After a spell in charge of B side of another of his former teams, Real Madrid, Lopetegui took up a position with the Spanish FA in charge of the nationals team's development sides. It was a period of great achievement too, as just 2 years after his appointment, he lifted his first piece of silverware as manager with the under-19s, winning the 2012 UEFA Under-19 European Championships. So the guy knows about youth. His young charges won the tournament without losing a game, with likes of Gerard Deulofeu and Jesse starring in Estonia. Then the following year, he repeated the feat with the under-21 side as well. And again, they went on undefeated in the finals tournament. Let me just upload this picture for you so you can see it. And this time in Israel, and Morata's 4 goals propelling him to the title. So that's him winning the medal and the under-21 championship for Spain. So just trying to give you as much information as I can. He then returned to football management, club management, after a vastly successful time with the Spanish national team set up. He returned to club management with Portuguese giants Porto and only lost 3 league games during 18 months in the hot seat. Wow, what an achievement. The highlights of this time was the team's run to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, which saw them breeze through the group containing Atletico Bilbao, Shakhtar Donetsk, and thump Basel 5-1 on aggregate on the round of 16 before Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich proved too strong in the last 8. Point number 5, his Europa League period continued. The Sevilla golden era, you could say, of winning the Europa League. He followed his time in Portugal with a period in charge of the national team. Then he returned to the club scene with Europa League serial winners Sevilla. Lopetegui won the club's 4th continental title in 6 years in the 1920 season, and he embarked on a terrific run, seeing off Roma, Wolves, Manchester United en route to the final against Inter Milan and Cologne. There, he won a 3-2 victory and to give the club a 6th Europa League title as well. So let me just bring this image up for you. Remember, we are live, so I'm just doing this all for you as we speak, and giving you as much info on our new head coach. Let me have a look here. There you go. That's him winning the Europa League with Sevilla. Right, so Lopetegui then took his skills to the Premier League and came to Wolverhampton Wanderers when they landed him in November of 2022. So they were initially linked to him 6 years previous to that, and he wasted no time as he led them away from relegation problems. He took over the club when they were at bottom of the pile, but came over the season's end, they were clear of danger and ahead of West Ham in 13th place. 31 of Wolves' 41 Premier League points in the 22-23 season came under Lopetegui's appointment, and he only took them 23 league matches to turn their fortunes around. Now, something you might not know is that he has won 2 of his 3 career meetings with West Ham. He sat in the opposition dugout against West Ham 3 times in his career, winning 2 of those historical meetings, and the most recent came in January of 2023 when Daniel Podence's second half goal gave Wolves a vital 1-0 victory over West Ham at Molineux, a result which accelerated them to climb away from relegation danger, as well as he made his impression at the new club. The first meeting was a 1-0 victory for Sevilla that they enjoyed in the first leg. We won't forget that game with the Europa League round of 16 tie. The one actually I'll never forget because I didn't get to go to the game because this was during COVID and there was rules and regulations and contracted COVID, couldn't fly, had everything booked, and I was really devastated that I couldn't go. But no one could forget the unforgettable 2-0 victory after extra time the following week in East London when West Ham got the better of Sevilla to knock them out. But yeah, that was memories to definitely go there. Now, he is one of the group of Basque coaches operating at the highest level, hailing from the tiny town of a Basque county region in northern Spain. He is one of a number of coaches from the area that's making a splash in the Premier League. Mikel Arteta, Arsenal, Aston Villa's Unai Emery, and AFC's Bournemouth and Donny Iraola is another one of those players, all hail from the province of 2 million people. So when you add Xavi Alonso's achievements this term and for Bayer Leverkusen, it's easy to say the Basque Country is an elite coaching talent of modern coaches. Now, there's so many comments. Let me jump through the rest of them and see what everyone else is saying. Anton, did you watch the interview already? I have it on in the background and I've been listening to it. He is an astute man. He knows exactly what he wants. Love how he mentions our history. What did we achieve? None of our managers really didn't mention that. One thing we have to take on this guy is when he said he chose West Ham and West Ham chose him, he has known he wants to be West Ham coach for a long time. Please remember the following comment that I'm about to say. He knocked back jobs. He knocked back reasonable sized jobs throughout the whole world of European football to take on the West Ham job because he believed in the project. And I honestly believe Tim Steidten is a massive part of that. I really believe it. That's why when I'm starting to bring you some of the transfer rumors now that we're talking about, same as Russ, same as Holly, it gets really exciting because you're starting to see, because we can't build now upon what David Moyes thought he wanted and the type of player that David Moyes would have looked at. We're building for the future. We're building for a new style of play. We are not going to see what West Ham have been doing over the last 3 or 4 years, albeit sometimes it's got results. We ain't going to see it. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. We're not used to possession-based football. We're going to see some possession-based football. We'll probably concede goals along the way, but we're going to need to outscore our opposition, and I think it's going to be fun. Hopefully. I think he needs a lot. He wants to improve the Premier League. He didn't get the backing at Wolves. He's one of our own with the crap the pundits gave him for no good reason. Just watch the video. So excited from Jan. Absolutely. If he had been in charge from last summer, I suspect Lopetegui would have improved our squad and went for the Europa League against Leverkusen and probably against Liverpool in the League Cup too. And, just on that point, I can't believe Leverkusen got beat from Atalanta. In actual fact, it felt like a Moyes performance from Xavi Alonso. But fair play to Atalanta. They destroyed them. Really did destroy them. And to be honest, West Ham did in the first half of the game that we played them at the London Stadium and really should have walked away with victory in that one, but just backed off ever so slightly in the second half. Has he met the team of players? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he has, but we don't know. I don't think he has. Players are away on pre-season, so it'll be interesting. But he has been in talking with Tim and they're discussing all the players. So I reckon in due course we'll find out who will be leaving the club and who will be signing new contracts on the back of Tim and Julen's work. He's been watching West Ham close for nearly a year. It's going to fix a lot of things. Trust me. I agree 100%. Welcome, JLo. Thank God the dinosaur has gone. Good morning, mate, from Mikey. Good to see you, Mikey. Hope you're well and hope the family are keeping well as well. So thank you for joining us, mate. Watching Noble and Sullivan do battle for the soul of our club, mate. Marky boy, when you've got him in the background, you know that he is like one of us. He's got the club there. He wears it there, man. It's on his heart, and he's going to fight tooth or nail to just make sure that West Ham do the right thing for the right decisions. Here we go from DJ Russie B, who's lounging himself in Dubai. Hope you're keeping well, mate, and enjoying yourself on your little cheeky holiday. I feel that Noble has his hands all over the changes. I don't doubt for a second he is there and being a big part of that. Absolutely. Not my choice, but let's give him a chance now. Let's get our players in quickly. Key point. Now, I don't know who my choice would have been, if I'm being really honest. And I don't know who my realistic choice would have been. Now, this feels like a very different appointment to Pellegrini because Pellegrini felt like it was a kind of a last chance of opportunity in the Premier League, and it didn't work out after coming from big money at Manchester City, etc., and obviously going to China and then coming back to West Ham. This is different because he's a head coach and he works with players. Julen Lopetegui does, and it's just it's an exciting time. So, DJ, and the key part to that is let's get our players in early. Well, there are already apparently deals in place for players to come in ASAP, so it'll be interesting to see what they actually do because we really need these players in as quick as we can to bed into the culture, what it's like to be a West Ham player, and really going into the season starting. If you've got a player that's potentially been there for 6-7 weeks, like they're bedded in rather than buying them at the start of the season, not starting them off, give them a full pre-season under a West Ham coach as well. Hopefully Lopetegui will work better with Tim and Noble and we'll see a lot of youth integrated this season. So the rumours were true. That's disappointing. YouTube viewers are absolutely gutted. Terrible manager, just don't want it. Wow. I like the fact he actually wants to join us, plenty to prove, and wants to get us into the Champions League. Let's be having you. Underwhelming, to be honest. Never have I been this excited about the coach, to be honest. Absolutely gutted, demoralised, and terrible point. Just don't want him. Zero positive. This point absolutely stinks of zero ambition. Absolutely devastated by this appointment. Wow. I'll ask you, YouTube user, who would you have wanted? That's the only thing I can ask you. Who would you have preferred West Ham to bring in? And if anyone is against Lopetegui, all I'm going to ask you is to just try and back him, whether you are against it or not. You have to back him. He's new, he's fresh, he comes in with a new approach. You can't go against him from the off. If you want to halfway through the season, then so be it. But right now, it's an absolutely, you have to have an open mind when it comes to a new signing coming in. You really do. And honestly, if we had judged Craig Dawson like that when he first came to the club, honestly, it would have been a disaster. And many people did, me included, to be honest. Needs time and money. He called Canberra a Baroness. Ha, what a legend. It's just frustrating because he's been available for a little while and we should have pulled the trigger on Moyes earlier and brought him in. Poch is now available and De Zerbi. The thing is, though, it's fine to say that, but would they come to West Ham? I don't think Poch comes to West Ham. And to be honest with you, I don't think De Zerbi comes to West Ham as well. I wanted Amarim until David Sullivan ballsed up and couldn't get on with him. Yeah, I think I possibly agree with that one. But interestingly enough, I don't know if he would have came to us. Really, I think he may have been using West Ham, and maybe that's not a good sight and a good match made in heaven. So he's got quite an outstanding CV, understands youth and the way it works. Being Spaniard, myself, I'm pleased we have J-Lo. It's a shame we don't have Pablo. I think he'd be an amazing player under him. Do you know what? You're probably right, actually. You're probably right that I see people saying West Ham should go back in and bring Pablo back. It's a shame we got rid of Pablo because if Pablo knew that Lopetegui was coming in, I think he'd been a great player for him. Hope we don't get Man City or Liverpool or Chelsea as our first games of next season. Anyone who wants the job rather than someone doing us a favour will get my back in all day long. Love it, Tom. Love it. And I hope you're in the UK, aren't you, mate? So I hope you're having a good time this side of the pond, whereas Russie B's over the other side, and he's agreeing with you. Don't think it was right time for Amarim. Poch didn't come to us, and De Zerbi is overrated. The Brighton system is the super. The Brighton system is a superstar. Lopetegui may be the perfect choice for us at this time. Not my first choice, but I get behind them. New ideas, new beginning, hopefully enjoyable football. YouTube user says, can't see how this is exciting, absolutely demoralizing, overrated manager. Just can't get behind this. You're going to have to get behind it, unfortunately. What people don't realize is that Moises style and could not adapt and change. He would not have taken us further. De Zerbi is overrated. Paul Fonseca for me. Anton, there's going to be a bunch of pessimists who will never be happy about the appointment. I'm going to ignore them and focus on the positives. New manager and new gameplay. Absolutely. So before I go, let me show you the pictures of the new West Ham head coach. Name is Julen Lopetegui. Lopetegui. There you go. Look at Tim Steiden with his man. So let me tell you the situation of how this will rock and roll. Tim will bring the players in. Tim will bring them all to Julen to work with, and Martin Noble will probably sign them off or bring players to their attention as well. So the exciting future, and yeah, Julen signing his dotted line there. There you go. Look at the geezer. He looks serious. He's ready to rock and roll. He's ready to take this club forwards as well. Like I said earlier on, if you haven't caught it, he will be joined by assistant head coach Pablo Sanz, head of performance and assistant coach Oscar Quero. The head of analysis and assistant coach is Juan Vicente Pianado. The fitness coach is going to be Borja de Alba. The technical coach is Edu Rubio. And of course, the man that keeps his job, Xavi Valero, as the goalkeeping coach. So good on him. That brings an end to the exciting show of Welcome to West Ham United, Julen Lopetegui. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you're going to have to back him, mate. Well, you don't have to back him. It's your choice, but I just think it's unfair. I just do think it's unfair if people judge him without seeing him in his role. It's like any circumstances in life. If you get someone into a new job as well, it doesn't work. Yes, actually, I meant to very thing. So he actually left the club. What was it, a year ago or something like that? And now he's back with us as a technical coach as well. We have to give him time. Good luck. At least he wants to come to us. I prefer that. I'm excited by the new style of play era at West Ham. Chuffed Moyes is out. J-Lo at the training ground, kit on. He must be keen. Tim has his man in terms of head coach. It's a big season. If J-Lo turns out to be a flop, then the pressure will turn back to Timmy. Boy, it will. It absolutely will. Thank you for watching. If you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. Give us your feedback, and just get behind the man. Just get behind the man. Okay? Take it easy. And of course, come on, your irons. Join us for the Hammers headlines later on. Loads of content coming your way. Take it easy. Come on, your irons.